Hey guys, welcome to another video, and I'm back here today talking to you about the top 5 jobs for international students to do while they are studying overseas. Now, this can apply to most countries, but particularly if you're going to the United States, you already know the rules are strict, and I'm going to be talking to you about that. How much time can you work, part-time, full-time, what can you do, when can you do that? We're going to go over all of that, and not only from a financial perspective but also from a perspective of, in the long term. I really like to think long term here. In the long term, which positions would really help you out? That's really the goal, and that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. The main reason that I want to actually give you the caveats first is that most people don't really know about these and they just dive into the jobs, the top 5 jobs. Yes, we'll go over those, but there are some caveats if you are actually studying in the US. So the first one is, if you are going to the US right now, right, you will only be able to work part-time for the first year of your education. That means you can only work 20 hours per week. Now, this is applicable only for the first year. From the second year, you can actually start using your CPT, that's your curricular practical training, which of course is basically you get grades for basically working. And for that, you can actually work 20 hours per week in part-time, and when you're in vacations, holidays, you can actually go ahead and work 40 hours per week. That's full time. But the worst of all, the main caveat that most people don't even talk about is that if you exhaust your CPT, most people would get around some amount of hours, 12 months of CPT, right? Some amount of hours you can do. If you exhaust that, if you exhaust all of your CPT, what happens is you're not eligible for the OPT. And the OPT is basically what you use to stay in the US after you're finished with your degree. After you finished, you want to get your return on investment. You actually work in a company for 1 to 3 years, depending on whether you're a STEM graduate or not. I've talked about that, separate videos. But again, the main important thing is never exhaust your CPT. Leave at least a couple of days on it. So now that you know these caveats, let's actually go on and talk about the top 5 jobs. I'll also give reasons for each and every job why I recommend this one. Okay, I've actually classified these based on who you are, which semester you're in, or which year you are in. So if you're in the first semester, what I would recommend is literally go early and try to get literally any job you can for the first semester at least. Don't think about, hey, I want a TA or RA only, etc., etc. Just get any job you can get. My personal recommendations would be to go ahead, get something in sales if possible, because no matter who you are, what you're doing, sales is always something that helps you in a way. Okay, so usually they are well paid. They're some of the top-notch salaries, especially at the on-campus level that you're going to be working. And on top of that, they give you a skill that you can actually utilize in life later on. You can work in the tuition reception department. You can take a look over there, go to their department and talk about them, whether they have something over there for you. You can also work in the ID card department, identification and onboarding department. Okay, some new students came into the school, now we have to build their ID cards, etc., etc. I know that a lot of immigrants go over there and they get work. Nothing else works, no problem. Go ahead to the Starbucks, go ahead to whatever cafe you find, the food joint, just wait tables. For the first semester, basically get whatever you can. Don't really think about, oh, I want this, I want that. Just get something for the first semester. Be prepared, be protected, and just fetch a job. From the second semester, now still, second semester is still the first year. You're still in college. You are still not eligible for the CPT. You will still be working on campus. What I recommend at this point of time, from the second semester, and really when I say from the second semester, you have to actually start before, you start searching before the second semester starts, right? And the positions I really want you to push for are teaching assistantship, graduate assistantship, research assistantships. I've explained what these are in a separate video. I'm not going to go over that, but these are basically positions which help you not only if you are going for the industry-based jobs later on, but also if you are going for, let's say, PhDs, etc., etc. These will actually hold a lot of significance. So try to get one of these positions. Third kind of best jobs, which I would say for international students, and this is also for the second semester. Let's say if you're not able to fetch one of these 3, then you try to get the on-campus jobs which are actually related to your field of study. For instance, let's say that, okay, you are someone who's in mechanical engineering, go ahead, take a look at the Baja Society, whatever they're doing. Or if you're from CS, go ahead, take a look at, whatever kind of computing, basically jobs are available. Okay, software engineering jobs, etc., etc., right? If you're from MBA, try to get a job where you can manage at least 2 or 3 people. try to get something related to your field so you can actually build on top of your curriculum that you're studying in college, and all of this can happen on campus. Not only does this help you in getting relevant experience related to your field of study, but you actually are getting US based experience, which means that employers will actually prefer you because you already have some experience working in the United States. And trust me, they usually would not even care about your experience working in different countries. Yes, for certain degrees you have to have 2 to 5 years of work experience, but again, having that US work experience, it's actually going to count a lot. Now for the fourth and fifth best types of jobs, I'm going to be coming on to the second year. So from the second year and forward, second, third, fourth year, however long your degree is, right? Now at this point of time, you can try, and again, number 4, I'm going to still go with TARAGA jobs. That's teaching assistantship, research assistantship, and graduate assistantship jobs. Now, why are they important? I've already explained that. They're well paid, they're on campus, you don't have to do a lot of traveling, and if you're going for a PhD especially, you should go for these and these only because they will really help boost your profile. But my best choice over here for the second year would be really the best kind of jobs, second year and forward, moving forward, would be CPT based jobs where you actually have to get approval, etc., etc. And these jobs are mostly off campus. So my advice is to work in the topmost companies of your field. Again, this is whether you can get it or not, that's completely different, but try to go for these. If not the top companies, go with some startups, but off-campus employment with some startups or with some companies that are very well established in your field, right? Again, in your field, that's the important keyword over here. You can't manage to waste time at this point. You can't manage to get anything that is not related to your field because again, you're looking for a job at the end of this. And the good part is that many of these positions would come with a PPO. That's a pre-placement offer. Before you are actually graduated, they will basically give you a full-time offer. And these are actually the best kind of jobs if you're interested in working in the US after your degree. And in fact, even if you want to do a PhD or something like that, you can actually go on and apply to something like Google Brain, right? You can apply to Microsoft Research, etc., etc. So you can really still go into the industry, and these would be the best kind of jobs you're eligible for from the second year moving forward. But again, remember, do not exhaust your CPT because again, you'll be using your CPT to actually work these jobs. Make sure that your employer, your DSO, both of them know exactly how long you can work, and that if your employer is pushing, you should basically tell them on the first go itself that look, I have these many hours with me, I cannot work more than this much, because otherwise I would exhaust my CPT and things just would not work for me. Alright, so again, I hope that this video helps. These are the best top 5 positions, I would say, based on which semester you're in. I've tried to classify them so that no matter who you are, you can relate to this. And again, if you have some comments, you have some recommendations for the people watching this, please comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye and take care for now.